This episode is brought to you by CompWest Insurance Company. CompWest Insurance Company is a dynamic provider of workers' compensation insurance in California and select western states, targeting customers across most major industries. They are the Western States brand for AF Group, an A-rated excellent company who's collectively one of the nation's largest writers of specialty insurance. You're listening to Rancho Mesa Studio One podcast, where each week we break down complex insurance and safety topics to help your business thrive. I'm your host, Alyssa Burley, and I'm joined by Brenda Colby, Client Technology Specialist with Rancho Mesa, and we're going to discuss Cal OSHA's requirements for safety meetings. Brenda, welcome to the show.
Hi, Alyssa. Happy to be here.
Now, most California employers are aware of the importance of an injury and illness prevention program, as it is a requirement from California's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also known as Cal OSHA. But a piece that often gets overlooked in the IIPP is the implementation of regular toolbox talks. Now, these are brief, informal safety meetings typically held at the job site. So let's start by talking about the presentation of toolbox talks to a crew. Brenda, what should employers know about how to present toolbox talk trainings to their employees?
Well, to start, Toolbox Talks should be presented to employees in person at the job site in a location easily accessible to team members. And be sure to keep the topics relevant to the industry or project. There's no reason to talk about ladder safety if your employees don't use ladders on the job site. And Rancho Mesa's Safety One platform has an extensive library of Toolbox Talk topics designed for industries like construction, landscape and tree care, nonprofit, and human services organizations.
Right, and there's plenty of topics specific to different industries, so it's easy to keep trainings relevant. Plus, if there's ever an incident or near miss on a job site, the Toolbox Talk meeting can be used to remind employees of proper safety procedures to avoid those incidents in the future. Now, Cal OSHA has requirements for how often Toolbox Talks must be conducted. So what is the required frequency?
Well, Cal OSHA requires supervisory employees to conduct Toolbox Talks with their crews, and I quote, at least every 10 working days. So once a month is not enough. But to keep on a consistent schedule, we recommend holding weekly Toolbox Talks on the same day of each week, and that way you won't lose track of how often you need to be training employees. We also offer at least 52 topics each for 3 industry-specific groups, such as landscape, tree care, and drivers, and that's enough for one topic to be used each week of the year. And we aim to continue to add new industry-specific groups as well.
Yeah, and even if your business doesn't fall into one of those subcategories, the topic library includes over 780 Toolbox Talk topics that can be used for a variety of industries. And finally, let's talk about one of the most overlooked but most important steps in training, and that's documentation. So what kind of documentation is required for these Toolbox Talk trainings?
So keeping a record of who has been trained on each Toolbox Talk topic is absolutely a necessity. Cal OSHA expects employers to maintain written records that include the training topic and content, date, presenter's name, and the signatures of all attendees. These records should be easily accessible, so they may be made available during inspections. Safety One administrators can use any mobile device, such as a smartphone or tablet, to collect participant signatures and take a group photo after each Toolbox Talk. These records can be saved in the Safety One platform for each project and can be accessed by administrators at any time.
And it's important to have these records on hand in case of a visit from Cal OSHA, where they may request to view them. So Brenda, if listeners have questions about using our Safety One platform for OSHA-required Toolbox Talk safety meetings, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
As always, clients can contact me at bcolby@ranchomesa.com or call me directly at 619-486-6562.
All right. Well, Brenda, thanks for joining me in Studio One.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for tuning in to our latest episode produced by Studio One. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share this episode and subscribe. For more insights like this, visit us at ranchomesa.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter.